Hi everybody, welcome back. We are here with another video for you on current affairs, and in this short video we are going to discuss current events on 1st February 2021. The source of information is The Hindu, Indian Express and PIB. Let us start. Our first topic is about census. So you all would have ever about the fact that the census was about to held in 2021, as the census has been held since 1881 once in a decade. But the government may push the 2021 census to 2022 as the country is preoccupied with the COVID-19 pandemic. The census exercise was to be conducted in two phases. Number one, house listing and housing census from April to September 2020, and number two, the population enumeration from February 9 to February 28, 2021. The first phase of the census and the updating of the national population register were initially to be rolled out in some states in April 1, 2020, but were postponed due to pandemic. So make a small correction here. The national population register, that one, not pollution, that is NPR, stands for National Population Register, and which were initially to be rolled out in some states on April 1st, 2020, and these were postponed because of the COVID-19 pandemic. So if you will go back on the topic census, then we will find that the first population census of a total process of collecting, compiling, analyzing the population, the demography of a nation, demography of our own nation, India, was first held in a very unsynchronized way in 1872. Before that also it was held in unsynchronized way, but the first synchronized census was held in 1881. But before that we need to know what census actually is. Census means the population census means actually what? It is the total process, the sum total of the process of collecting, compiling, analyzing, or otherwise we can say disseminating demographic, economic and social data pertaining at a special time of all persons in a country or a well-defined part of a country. So in this way we can say that first synchronized population census of India was held in 1881, and since then regularly once in every 10 years the census has been held. The census 2011 is the 15th census held in India since 1872. If we will calculate, if we will start counting from 1872, the first census, then it is the 15th one, and the census of 2021 would be the 16th census to be held since 1872. Our next topic is about sustainable development of Little Andaman Island. Little Andaman, you all would have known about this island, Little Andaman Island. This is a part of Andaman and Nicobar group of islands. Okay, it is present towards the south of the Andaman Islands. Okay, and below that we will find Nicobar Islands. Okay. We will study the location of the Little Andaman Island in the next slide in the map. The sustainable development of Little Andaman Island. First, let us discuss about the vision document. Okay, the vision document titles Sustainable Development of Little Andaman Island Vision Document, and it is proposed by the Niti Aayog to leverage the strategic location and natural features of this island. So if we will analyze the location, strategic location of the island, then it is present close to Indonesia, Thailand, Singapore. So as per the document, a new greenfield coastal city will be built there because of its strategic location. A green city is proposed to be built there as per the vision document. That city will be developed as a free trade zone and will compete with Singapore and Hong Kong. So here is the map, and the proposal is envisioned by the document, visionary document, that is actually pivoted along three development anchors. That means three zones: zone 1, zone 2, zone 3. We will discuss subsequently about the three zones. Let us first see where the Little Andaman is there. In the map you can see clearly Little Andaman, here it is, okay. And see, you can see it is close to Thailand, close to Indonesia as well. In the south we will find Indonesia and Malaysia, okay. Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, okay. So it is strategically located, okay. See, surrounded by Sri Lanka and Thailand, here it is Malaysia and Indonesia, okay. So it's a strategic location actually, is the main basis of the visionary document released by Niti Aayog. Let us now discuss about the three zones. Zone 1, which spread over 102 square kilometers along the east coast of Little Andaman. So zone 1 is in the east coast, zone 3 is in the west coast, okay. So zone 1 spread over 102 square kilometer along the east coast of Little Andaman, and it will be the financial district and Medicity, and will include an aero city and a tourism and hospital district. The zone 1 will be developed in this way. The zone 2 is of 85 square kilometer of a pristine forest zone, which can be also the leisure zone of the planning, the visionary city, and will have a film city, a residential district, and a tourism special economic zone. The zone 3 comprises of 52 square kilometer of a pristine forest, and this whole zone 3 is on western coast of the Little Andaman Island. It is a nature zone. It is a nature zone, and further classified into three districts. The nature zone is further classified into three districts: an exclusive forest resort, a nature healing district, and a nature retreat, all in the western coast of the Little Andaman. And the population density at present, if we will talk about Andaman and Nicobar, is 47 people per square kilometer, because we are going to compete with cities like Hong Kong and Singapore with this visionary plan, visionary proposal. So we have to see what would be the population density of Singapore in comparison to the Little Andaman is at present. The population density of Andaman and Nicobar is 47 people per square kilometer, whereas in Singapore it is 7,615 persons per square kilometer. Per capita income of the people in Andaman and Nicobar is $1,789, whereas in Singapore it is $55,182. So Singapore is far ahead of us, but we visualize to compete with Singapore by developing the area. Now, what are the obstacles here? So actually the analysis underlines four main obstacles in the proposal. Number 1, lack of a good connectivity with Indian mainland and global cities, a fragile biodiversity and natural ecosystem. This is number 2. Number 1, lack of good connectivity with Indian mainland and global cities. Number 2, a fragile biodiversity and natural ecosystem. Number 3, presence of indigenous tribes and concerns for their welfare. Number 4, 95% of the Little Andaman is covered in forest. So a large part of it is in the form of a pristine evergreen forest type. So the 650 square kilometer of the island is reserved forest under the Indian Forest Act, and nearly 450 square kilometer is protected as Onge tribal reserve. So let me tell you that these Onges are the tribal people in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Okay, so there are Sentinelese, there are Onges, and there are Great Andamanese. Okay, out of them, Onge is also a tribal population. So there is a protected area of 450 square kilometer for Onges in the Little Andaman Island. Our next topic is about language policy in central government offices. So recently the Union Ministry of Home Affairs, in a reply to the RTI file, has said three language policy is not applicable to offices of the Union government. So let me tell you again, the three language policy is not applicable to offices of the Union government. So you would have seen in the educational policy, recent National Education Policy 2020, as well as in the present education system also, we have adopted the three language formula. Three language, first language is the mother tongue, okay, and the second language is English, and the third language either Hindi, Sanskrit, or any other regional language according to the region or the state. So this is the three language formula. So as per the reply of Union Home Ministry, Union Ministry of Home Affairs, the three language policy is not applicable to offices of the Union government. As per the provisions of Official Language Act 1963 and the Official Language Rules 1976, the offices of the central government are actually not abiding by the three language formula. So Article 343 to 351 of the Constitution declare Hindi as the official language. So as per the said provisions, as I told, that Official Language Act 1963 and Official Language Rules 1976, the central government offices are not abiding by the three language formula, three language policy. Instead, they will use two languages. One is the official language, that is Hindi, and the second one is English. Next important topic is about garbage to power plant. So recently, a garbage to power plant being commissioned inside the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Agriculture Market, Bovenpalli, and the vegetables and the fruits here, actually in the vegetable market, the vegetable and fruit waste is used to generate power to that of 500 units a day and 30 kilos of green manure at the plant. The CSIR and Indian Institute of Chemical Technology, they have combinedly designed and patented the high rate biomethanation technology based anaerobic gas lift reactor. The 3 crore project was funded by the Department of Biotechnology and the Telangana government's Agricultural Marketing Department. Next important topic is about Chabahar Port project. India recently handed over 140-ton cranes for loading and unloading equipment to the Iranian government. The Chabahar port is present in Iran, okay, and close to Persian Gulf, and this Chabahar port is a strategic port for India. Okay, India sees it very important in two fronts. Number one, in accessing to the Central Asia by bypassing Pakistan, and the second one, to contain or to confront the Belt Road Initiative initiated by China. So you would have known about that the fact that China is building the Gwadar port in Pakistan. Gwadar port is very close to Chabahar, and the Gwadar and Xinjiang link built by China under the flagship program, that Belt Road Initiative, in the name of China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. So India sees or aspires that the development of Chabahar port will open up the links with the Europe as well as the Central Asia through Iran. So in this way it will challenge and confront China's ambitious projects like OBOR, CPC, under the Belt Road Initiative. The cranes are part of the cranes that were transport that were handed over to the Chabahar port authorities, that are part of a full consignment of 6 mobile harbor cranes worth about $25 million were sourced from these two were sourced from Italy. And the consignment is a part of a bilateral contract between India and Iran. The contract was signed in 2016, and the contract is for $85 million to equip and make the Chabahar port operationalized. Out of them, these two cranes cost only $25 million. Last month, the transport officials of India, Iran, and Uzbekistan held their first trilateral working group meeting on the joint use of the Chabahar port. So here in the map you can see Chabahar port. Here is the Chabahar port. This Chabahar port will be connected to Jarans Delaram, the border areas of Afghanistan, and through this Afghanistan will be connected. Okay, and another way through the Baku, Azerbaijan. Okay, Baku, capital of Azerbaijan. It will be connected to Europe through Turkey. So this one is Chabahar port. Okay, and this is Gulf of Oman. Okay, so make a small correction there. Persian Gulf is lying here. Okay, and this one Gulf of Oman. So Chabahar port is in Gulf of Oman. Okay, this is Gulf of Oman. Our next topic is about medical termination of a pregnancy, MTP Amendment Bill 2020. The MTP bill was passed in the Lok Sabha in March 2020 and will be placed before Rajya Sabha during the budget session. The bill proposes several amendments, including the constitution of a medical board in every state and union territory, which will decide on pregnancies beyond 24 weeks in cases of fetal abnormalities. So here this point is important. Beyond 24 weeks, actually it is a risk to both mother and child. So because of this, what a medical board is to be formulated, is to be constituted. Okay, and this was proposed under the MTP Amendment Bill 2020. Each board will have a gynecologist, a radiologist or sonologist, a pediatrician, and other members prescribed by the government. A panel of doctors to decide on termination of a pregnancy beyond 24 weeks is proposed under the bill is unfeasible, and as 82% of these posts are lying vacant in the country. Next topic is about the new visa scheme by UK. Anyone with a British national overseas passport, which is in short also known as BNO passport, and their dependents can now apply online for a visa allowing them to live and work in United Kingdom. They can apply for citizenship after 5 years, and this came after Beijing's decision last year to impose a sweeping national security law on Hong Kong to snuff out the huge and often violent democracy protesters. 1997 is the year when Hong Kong was handed over to China by Britain, and China, there was an agreement by China that China had to maintain key liberties and authority for 50 years as per the agreement. The visa offer is available to a huge number of people, about 70% of Hong Kong's 7.5 million population. China reacted strongly by criticizing Britain of having a colonial mentality, and the Britain predicts up to 1,54,000 Hong Kongers would arrive over next year, and as many as 3,22,000 over the subsequent 5 years, bringing an estimated net benefit of up to 2.9 billion sterling or $4 billion. The BNO passport is a legacy of Hong Kong's return to China actually, which was seen as a compromise, allowing Hong Kong residents born before 1997 the right to stay in Britain for 6 months at a time, but with no working or settling rights. So this is all for the day. Tomorrow again we will meet with another video analyzing the current events and news through the video. Thank you.